Okay, so there's a terminology that we've talked about a little bit out there called being a side. Like a side of beef, a side of mashed potatoes, a side of coleslaw, a side of salad. No, I'm not talking about those kind of sides. I'm talking about those guys that say, I'm a side, and then suddenly the whole gay community is like, oh, no, 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 no. If you're not using your penis to penetrate me, ain't gonna happen. If you're not into oral, ain't gonna happen. Well, guess what? I honor the sides. In fact, a little bit of a true confession here. I'm starting to find myself as I'm getting older. Yes, I'm aging, boys, men. Finding that, you know what, I kind of just like the side. Because sometimes I don't feel like penetrating or being penetrated. Sometimes I just feel like let's just have some mutual masturbation. Sometimes it's just I want just some touching and all this. Guess what? There's beauty in being a side. Just go ask someone. Ask a side what it is that really turns them on. Because you might just discover, oh, well, that's actually what turns me on too, and that's something I really like. Now, that doesn't mean go change everything. But instead of bashing the sides, why don't we ask the sides what makes it so good for them? And don't necessarily just like kick a side out of bed. Well, maybe they're not in your bed yet because you're like, I could never be with a side. Until you've tried a side, you never know. So let's honor that there are people who are sides. Thank you, Joe Court. I think he's the one. My buddy Joe Court, sex therapist, just a great guy, a great sex educator. Yeah, I think he's kind of the one who's coined this term. Thank you for doing that, Joe, because guess what? It takes all types and all sides to be a gay man. If you're struggling with this, I'd love to chat with you because guess what? Getting really comfy in our sexual selves, especially guys who are just coming out of the closet, this is one of those journeys like, where do I fit? Am I a side, a top, a bottom? Am I only an oral? Am I da-da-da-da-da? All of these questions keep showing up, and guess what? It may not just be for guys who are coming out of the closet. It could be as you're aging, certain things are better for you now than they used to be. Hit me up, Rick Clemons, CLEMONS.com. Schedule a little strategy session for coaching and see if maybe some coaching would help you work through this. All right, guys, go out there, have some good sex, have some good fun, have some great intimacy, and don't bash the sides.